Now, speaking about the pandemic, what about the crowd at the tennis last night? The crowd made their feelings known about what was going on with some booing. And much of the media jumped on a bandwagon and tried to suggest this was an anti-vaxxer message from the crowd. Have a listen to what happened when the Tennis Australia boss made her presentation speech.
And with vaccinations on the way, rolling out in many countries around the world, it's now a time for optimism and hope for the future.
OK, there's booing for sure, but booing a vaccine? Give me a break. Were they booing because other countries got the vaccine before us? Because it reminded them of Victoria's pain? Or more likely, because they were there to celebrate tennis and not more grandstanding about a pandemic that jeopardised the event and then unnecessarily kept crowds away from Melbourne Park for 5 days at the heart of the tournament? But have a listen to a little bit more.
There are many other people to thank that enabled this great night to take place in the last couple of weeks. The top of that list is the Victorian government. Without you, we could not have done this.
Yeah, they were booing her praise for the Victorian government. Daniel Andrews kept crowds away unnecessarily, as I mentioned last weekend. Some people in that stadium would have been strong Andrews supporters, some would have opposed him, some wouldn't have heard of him. But the reason people booed political statements by officials, politicians and even players at sporting events is because they're there to focus on sport and to escape the antagonism of things like politics. So the booing was not an ugly anti-vaxxer intervention. It was more like a timely reality check on the media political class. There's more than enough preening, posturing and overreach on the pandemic now in every walk of life. We don't need it turning up at a moment when we should be just celebrating sporting excellence.